Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, back with another episode of Settlement Survival. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. We are about to get into another tech point. We have two saved up nearly. We just had a batch of immigrants show up. We got them distributed around the town, and I'll show you what we did with those guys in just a moment. But for our tech point, I think we're going to get into a little bit of salt and sugar working this episode. So we got our salt and we got our sugar refinery. So the sugar we're going to make from the, I believe it was sugar beets that we got in the last episode. So let's check our collection. Sugar cane, excuse me. So we are going to also need to make some farms and some plantations to produce that stuff. So I got this plantation over here. I put the 3 workers in there that were working at this standard farm. We're going to delete that guy. And then eventually we'll delete this guy too, but not quite yet. Still got to make some more room. I'm gonna back this road off just a little bit more. It looks like I missed that part of it. There we go. Okay, there we go, got that gone. And then we can put in another plantation right next door to that guy, like so. And we'll just wait till this one is built up, and then we'll move the workers from this farm to this plantation, and then we'll just kind of work our way the rest of the way that way. Doing pretty great. We have 4 corrals now with piggies in them, or pastures. 4 pastures with piggies in them, and 1 corral with some piggies in it. Pretty soon we're going to move into this corral as well, but for now we're just really trying to get up to the capacity of 5 pigs in all of these. And once you're at 5, then you go to 6, and that's when the food source really starts happening, once you get over the cap. These guys do have a capacity of 10, and I'm kind of thinking that that's a little extreme, a little high. Not really no point in that, I don't feel like. So we're going to go to 5, and we'll see how that works. That's just gonna make that number lower, of course, and then the slaughter is gonna happen more soon, get the food quicker and all that other good stuff. We don't really need 10 pigs just hanging out in there. But the steps that we have taken, including all of the cactus action that we have going over here, has yielded us some pretty good food numbers. Of course, because we just gained 20 more people, we're gonna need to continue to up all this stuff and keep it all going and doing well. So we're going to have to, do some duplication here. I think we're going to put in a couple more cactus workshops. The cactus workshops I've been absolutely raving about being so great for food, because these guys are dang near over, okay, wow, 1,300. So further justifying my point, 1,300, 1,100, and 1,200 food. So good. Over 3,003 buildings. Anyway, what I was trying to say is these guys are also good for a variety of things, medicine and fodder. So we're going to need some more cactuses probably, and we'll have to swap this guy out from soybeans to more cactuses to keep up with our demand, but we're going to do that for sure. Keep that rolling. Keep the cactuses coming in, because they're so good. I did put in another sawmill over here to try and achieve some kind of resemblance to the cap that we're trying to get here. So we got more animal dunking process, 33,000 poop. That's a lot. So we're going to use that for advantage into heating our homes. There was a compost plant that we put in the last episode, I think it was. Water is our biggest issue right now. We did get the reservoir, so it seems to be going in the right direction, but I don't want to go too wild yet. I do want to get too wild with that and get compost and fertilizer all up and over here, all over the place, because that's just amazing. But we can't quite do that yet. But since we do have 25 free laborers right now, which is crazy, super nice, let's get into a little bit of the salt action. So I wanted the salt works because it's going to help us produce our first, I guess refined food is what I want to say. It's going to be the simple food. So that is going to be salted fish. We'll do some salted meats, stuff like that. We'll get that happening here very, very shortly. Let's get this guy working. We don't have a ton of fish sources, I noticed. We have a couple of fishing docks, but nothing really like we have had before. And I think part of that is because we don't have the fish ponds yet. The fish ponds are also another really good source of food to get. So I'm thinking about getting into those after a little bit here. Still need the fishing nets, still need the fish pond. But once you get the salt making and the sugar refining, I'm not going to go into cans quite yet. Our steel system is okay, but we could really up that a little bit and look at all the things that we could need. So I'm not going to quite do cans yet, but we'll get sugar and salt going. The sugar, I think you can make, here you can make the jams from the plums that we got, and the sugar, of course, and then salt. Salt's from the water, and then the curing workshop is going to turn the fish and the meats into salted fish and meats. So that'll be great. And we have plenty of that stuff, hopefully. Anyways, we should. No buffalo meat stocked up apparently, but we'll have some pork eventually here. Hopefully we have a ton of pork, and we can start to work that into some salted porks. And I wonder if bacon counts as that. I don't think it would, but we'll find out. I'm gonna bring this road down here. That's why we have it there. And so these are 2 soap makers right now. This guy's calling for beeswax. We'll put another person in there. Try and get our happiness or our health up a little bit more. And now that we have, let's not say reeds. Now that we have medicinal herbs, we could do another soap workshop. And this time we will use soap and herbs to make medicinal soap. And what that's going to do is upgrade our bathhouses, if we can find one. It's right there. So that's great. We'll get that going. More health for our people. And that's just what we want. We got 4 nurseries up here working hard on our herb seeds. Great. Apparently not quite enough yet, so we'll have to do a few more. And it looks like our timber is in the red for the first time ever in this game, so that's something. I'm gonna put 3 people in there. We'll see how well that works out. Apiary doing all right there. Oh, a couple more builders would be good. We have been flexing out builders like crazy when we get into a shortage of workers. And I'm going to replenish those guys right now. So have those going again. And the salt maker that was up here, right? So that's going to take a couple of things. We got another event that we got a bunch of clay in. We have some iron ore going. So that'll be a matter of time before that gets completed, really. Nothing too wild on this guy. What would be good over here is a transfer station, probably. We have this one way up here, but nothing really to deal with the fish coming off the lake and the salt soon. So I think we will add in another transfer station. Put this guy, let's put it on this side of the road. We can do some other processing up here maybe, or buildings, houses. We did have another thing where more citizens want more houses, so I think that would be a good idea. Put a couple more up here, and there we go. Nothing too wild there. Just a couple little houses. And of course we'll use our cut stone road to do a little bit of that action. And then we'll run a road in between the middle. There we go. And there's a couple more houses. That's probably not going to satisfy everybody, but it's a good start. Yeah, this stuff is already getting built up. That's really great. It's crazy how the builder numbers make it such a difference. Kind of weird. You have people do the work gets done. Weird, I know, right? But that seems to be the case for sure in this now. Okay, so we're at 5 piggies over here, so that's great. So now all the piggies that are over 5, 6, 7, 8 are going to be turned to food for us. That's what we're going for here. You can see here we got 54 pork already. These are all at 5. Okay, so food is going to start getting crazy good. We're already at 10,000 food stocked up. That's wonderful. 1,200 water. That's also wonderful. Stuff that we wanted to get into for sure. Medicine, cactus, you might as well do the same. And then, you know, fodder, yeah, 1-to-1 fodder is just so good. And we'll do that like so. A couple little things there for our use of our cactuses. Oh good, I thought I did that road too big. We'll do another one back here. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm gonna swap that out from our soybeans to cactuses. That way we won't run out. Okay, we got 3 workers there. And you know, I just realized that we bought all those cotton seeds in the last episode, but we didn't really do anything with them. So what we could do is start working on a good spot for that, the farming of the cotton seeds. So I think we should go like over in here. Since this doesn't really have a whole lot of farms on this side of the world, I think we should get that going a little bit. So I'm gonna throw in another dirt road. I'm gonna run right by this here mountain. Go about right there, and I'm gonna bring this up, and we'll run a road. Well, I can't, I guess. Yeah, we'll just do it like that for now. Maybe do a tunnel through there, or once we can flatten that out, we'll flatten that out. But we'll get that started, and let's see, we'll find our plantations. Oh, this guy's ready. So let's go ahead and put something in here before we miss it. We'll go peas, and then I'll grab plantation. We'll go back over to this side of the world, hit some H, make our trees go away so we can see what it is we are doing. And then let's go with do cotton, and let's just go on this side. We'll go sugar and a sugar. That's probably not going to be enough eventually, but that's what we'll get started with. There we go. And it looks like I did not align these very well, so let's start that over. A sugar and a sugar. Okay, great. That's good. Oh, I was hoping that the transfer station would be close enough. Maybe we flip the transfer station on the other side of the world, or of the road. But nah, we'll leave it like that. If we do a warehouse in here, maybe they'll bring the stuff to the warehouse, and then the transfer station can take it from there. That should work out all right. Let's see. We want services, storage, warehouse. Here we go. And let's go with... do a couple warehouses right there. Great. Okay. Get that working. Turn our trees back on. There we go. Let's see how we're doing on fuel. Doing all right. Yeah, so the timber is still getting a little bit low. Let's go with one person to plant. Let's finally start that in this little area there. And then with this forester hut, we're kind of working over here. So putting another one over there doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Maybe we put it over here and we start to do the first beginnings of this side. So we could totally do that. Or, yeah, let's do it over here. This will work better, I think. Do we have the transfer station nearby? Yeah, kinda. I don't think we'll be in the radius. Maybe this one. Yeah, so we'll leave this guy right there. Then that should be able to interact pretty good. And it looks like our soap workshop is good to go. Let's do you, like so. And then we got to get some of those medicinal herbs down here for sure. Get that stuff working out. It looks like that's okay for now. Water is great, food's great, and medicinal herbs are getting good. Let's do a couple more. 12 laborers, great. I think we have a new tech point. Check that out. Yep, we do. All right, so I think, like I said, I wasn't going to do anything over here, but let's go down toward our fish pond. Let's get fishing nets started. You only need some rope for fishing nets. So we'll get that going. This thing is really great. The fishing port, you get the blubber, sealfur, and lobsters all together in one go. So it's a really great item to have. So we're going to work toward getting that thing started up. Let's see if we can find our porcelain. So if we go to trade goods, 372, not great. I was hoping that we had a little bit more. We could do another trade cycle, but I guess we have to hold off. Let's see, where else can we go here? These guys should be getting their cactuses, making us some foods. Oh, I don't want you to make food. We have that going already. You're gonna need medicine. Cactus juice. Okay, perfect. There we go. So I'm not sure what this helps with, other than like increasing the health. If it's benefits a certain, or doesn't benefit, hurts a certain disease more than another, or what it does. But it's just an extra medicine that will get going. Can't hurt to have that stuff. And then for now, just have these two guys open 1-1-1-1, and we'll put more people in here once we need them. We'll probably try and kick that up a notch. Once we get our fodder really going and we get some more people, we can get this really cooking. We'll have all sorts of fodder. We'll have all of the fertilizers. It's gonna be really great. Speaking of the fertilizer, let's put a couple more people in here and make us some more of that. And let's see, are these guys making our pork yet? 52 this year, 64. Okay, not quite yet. Getting started. So 102 in that guy. All right, so we got our salt works up here. Wonderful. So one thing we could do is once we get some more salt and some more fish going, well, and really we have the income of food. You can ban the fish, and then they'll only salt the fish, and that's how they'll use it. So that's an option we could go with. I have my little notification over here. So we got sugar and jam over here on the far left. The jam is going to be up here somewhere. I want that to be close to the these guys, plums. And then since this is going to be our farm, we'll do this. Sugar workshop right there. Right there, I said. Get that working as well. And they should be done any moment. And we got, okay, yeah, that's good, that's good. And then, oh, textile mill would be something to put over here as well. Once we get the cotton up and running. Textile mill, because the cotton will come off the line and be processed into usable goods right away. So let's go cotton, and then once this one's done, we'll do the sugar, and then we'll have both of those things started, and then that'd be really great. Looks like we still have some citizens who want more housing. We'll deal with that in a little bit here. I'm just getting excited about getting this stuff going. It's great to have all that finally. New games are fun, but it's like I miss having all these things that I've had for so long in the other playthroughs. All right, it's been a minute. We got a whole bunch more immigrants. We're up to 24 free laborers. Super great. I want to show you what I did over here. So we have this little area that we talked about putting in for a little while here. Finally went ahead and did it. We needed extra houses. Look at this, 12 citizens, 100 houses. So there we go, got those guys working. And not only that, over here, get another little area set up. So I thought we'd finally cross the bridge because look at this, finally our timber is low. So we got another forester hut right here working. And then this is gonna be another little town, of course. I'm gonna do its own food. I'm gonna do its own processing of things over on this side, so we don't have to move so much stuff across the bridge. But that's what that is getting started over here. I'm pretty excited about it. Pretty neat. And then yeah, over here, so we just have the theater built so far. We're still working on stuff, and we'll get this built up and good to go once we get some more timber. Over on the piggy front, I gotta show you. This is why I like pigs. 449 pork. 203. These aren't so great. This is what I'm talking about. 450 compared to the 100. So, you know, like a pretty good amount more than just the buffalo there. But I guess this is in a corral, so it's a little bit different. But regardless, 450 meat coming in from the pigs. Super great. Event frigid winter. That's not great. The days are freezing and fuel is running out. If there's no way to heat the houses, people may freeze to death inside. Thus, some citizens have considered bringing out old furniture and burning it to heat their home. Sure. Citizens use some of the old furniture as house fuel, but those didn't last long. 839 is pretty good. I'm happy about that. Okay. So with the extra laborers we have, put back to 5 people in our mine up here. We should have a quarry over here that I'm going to do one more person in the quarry there. And then over here, we got a couple new technologies. So I want to show you that. We go to logistics, baskets, packet expansion. And I think since we have one more, I'm going to get small marketplace, and then we're going to get into delivery. Or do I go to hand cart? Now let's go smart marketplace. I'm going to work down both sides of these here. We'll go delivery next, backpack, hand cart. Yeah, so basket helps move these things around. Carry weight plus 50, carry weight plus 80. So super great. Have a little bit more things moving around all at one time with our current workers, so that's wonderful. We got more houses put up over here. We kind of went over in this direction, filled in this area. Looks like this guy's waiting on a lot more cotton. Lack of raw materials. Yeah, looks like it. So this one farm isn't cutting it. So what we could do is put another couple workers over here, and we could do that. So there we go. We have our sugar workshop processing our cane into regular old sugar. Only one person working on that. We don't have a huge demand besides this guy right here making plums into jam. So that's pretty great. We only got the one person working there now. Plums are not a huge thing we have going on right now. We have the 4 groves, but as you can see here, they're not all producing yet. So once we get everybody making about 150, that should be about 600 plums that come in from there every year. So that's good, not too bad. Got a whole row of medicinal herbs up here. You can see that that's reflected in the success of our medicine number over here. Food's great, water's doing all right. So we traded having problems with food, water, and medicine for problems with lumber, and I'm okay with that. And now that it is winter, though, that means all of our farmers are off, basically. So what we could do is go drastic, and we could chop down a whole big area. So the thing I'm going to do is this. We'll grab all those trees, and might as well go in here and do that also. We'll get those guys cut up and brought in. That should help us a little bit. Over here we have the forester hut still. It looks like the planter is not quite keeping up well enough, but that's okay. Yeah, it's doing fine. It's doing better than not having it there. And then over here down south, we have this guy. Probably do a couple more. Or even better yet, we could get into the forest farm. That only requires one more point, and that's probably what we need to do next. We'll do all their logistics stuff after that. The forest farms are super great. If we get that started, then we won't need to keep doing these pitiful forester huts around town. Ooh, lanterns. And let's see, that's kind of, that's all that I really did in between. Just kind of hung out and was waiting for the new immigrants to arrive. 20 laborers is really good. I'm thinking we might even not accept the next batch of immigrants just because we don't really need them at this point. I kind of just need to, oh, this looks so weird without trees here. We kind of need to get our clothing and our fuel stuff figured out again, but we can totally do that. Let's see, sawmill. Yeah, so this guy was making fuel from the poops, and you know, we could even throw in another one. Since we have a couple more spots around town now, let's go. I don't have any we don't have any poop production up here, but I'll still throw it in right there, and we'll put one in. I need to fix these roads. That's kind of dumb how I have that, isn't it? So if we knock it out like so, there we go. Now we can do stuff like where that sawmill was. Processing sawmill timber, yeah, like this. Okay, great. Get that working, and that will be another source of domestic fuel for these people that live around here. That's good. We need that stuff happening. 16 citizens on new houses. I can't keep up. It's a good thing, I guess. But once we get this little neighborhood built up and this little neighborhood built up, we'll be really doing great with the citizens in the housing situation, I think. Okay, I got space to expand over here even. I didn't go all the way down over here because this is a nice flat area. I was thinking once we get that fishing port, we can put the fishing port right there, and that will be a really good place because it's nice flat. Start bringing in all those goodies from that guy. And what else we got going on here? So yeah, technology, we want to get into the backpack and a handcart. So that's 1, 2, and then 3 points. We don't have horses or donkeys yet, so animal power doesn't really make any sense. So yeah, the rest of the stuff I don't really care about yet. We got a little bit of our... Oh, you know what we didn't do yet is the processor for the salted foods. The curing workshop, that's the word. So if we grab this guy, we can put in a couple over here. We got one for meats, and then let's do one over here for fish, since there's a lot of fish production over on this side of the world. There we go, like that. Get a couple more of those things put in. Yeah, and it's just looking for logs. It's our biggest thing now. So it's a weird flip. And we almost have enough tech points to get into those trees, so we'll just hold off just a little bit here. How's our iron ore? Yeah, we're a little slacking, so let's get a couple more people working on iron. This thing is spent, so we can't do anything with that yet until we upgrade that, that's another thing that we could work on too. But all right, we finally got the tech point. We're gonna grab the forest farm and get that thing started up. We only need clay to get that built, and we should have enough clay lying around. I did replenish our workers in the sand pits, so we have enough clay coming in. And I think we're gonna just kind of start in a little area. I don't want to do that over there because that was going to be our new housing area, so I don't want to go there yet. And let's just go with a nice big old 10 by 10 right here in this little corner. I know we were thinking about maybe putting a little village in here or something, but I think this is a better use of the space. Like that. And can I even sneak one in here? Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, so that little bit should be pretty good to get started. We could go on this side of the world and also do another little bit. We could overdo it by our grove here. This is kind of the farm, the forest farm area over here. So we'll go 12 by 10 right there. Get that guy started up. We'll probably want one more. Let's kind of run it in here like so. Okay, great. A couple little spots that should be pretty decent to get us started. Storage, we got a small market. We learned that a bit ago. And yeah, we're just still waiting for this area to get built up. Just need the logs still the thing. And then this guy's coming along here. We got a couple more houses built up. Still waiting a little bit, but it's working along. But I think that's all time that I have for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Settlement Survival. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night.